What's up guys, it's Loki, it's Chris here. Welcome back to another Summers War video, and today we're going to be talking about 2 stars and seeing where we can use them in the game and if they're useful or worth your time building. So let's get right into this. Let's get into our handy dandy collection book and let's get started. Okay, so we're going to look at the awakened version because that's just much easier just to see the full potential of their abilities on start. So first off, we're starting with these little guys right here. Right out of the gate, I'd say he's not very useful for you guys beginner players. The only area you want to see him useful is Necro. So first off, yeah, I don't suggest building him. He's not something you want to focus on. He does have multi-hits and that's only for Necro. So that's where the only place I suggest building him. Let's look at the imps. Third ability looks pretty decent. Attacks enemy 3 consecutive times and adds continuous damage. Weakens defense and stuns for each attack. This could be pretty good. But he is attack type, and his abilities, I do not know if they are multi-hits. If they are, could be useful in Necro, okay? Finn, let's see, inflicts damage with multiple stabs. Again, third abilities are multiple hits, and then the first and seconds are the same. So I'm not sure if you guys want to try building him. Yeah, I wouldn't say that ability. The only one I would say as a nuker would be pretty viable is probably Taru, just because he does have the ignore defense, so he does penetrate the enemy's guard, which is going to be ignoring defense, a very useful ability. So you just check the multiplier on that and just make sure you have good stats, and he may hit hard. So Taru is my choice out of this group family to build. Okay, let's go Shannon. So I already checked the other three monsters. Looking at their abilities, I'm not really happy with the abilities they have. I don't believe they'll provide much for you, especially in attack department. They don't have the stats or the ability to provide that DPS for you. Again, not ability you want to be looking at. Something that's not going to be very useful. This is a very low hit, row of revive. It's not worth building. So the only 2 units I do suggest building are Shannon, which is the one they give you, increases attack buff, and defense, which is the only one out of these that actually have a decent third skill, and then Casey. So Casey's like gonna be that crowd control. So if you put her into spirit, she can be very good. I feel like her ability on her third does not work in conjunction with her kit. I feel like they could change, instead of inflicting damage increase on the same target, they should put something like a stun 25%, or a dot, or as well as a decrease in attack bar, which would be very good for Casey. So that's where I see her third skill being much more useful and something you guys want to look at. Okay, next we're going to be looking at the Yetis. First off, I'll be selecting 2 of these that I feel are the most useful. First off, Rakaja. He's going to have a decent heal. This is a decent heal you guys could be looking at, something you guys want to look at. So that heal. And then if you don't have an Artemale, he can act as your baby Artemale that you wish you ever had an Artemale. Then Archagen is your second chance at that, okay? With that 50% chance when attacked, okay? And then just put him on the spare and you might find use for him. The rest, Fusion, obviously another one you could build for the Fusion. Water one's kind of selfish, not very useful, as well as the fire one's very selfish, so don't build those ones. But the rest of them you can build. Next, the Tarks. Seek is a great unit. She's pretty fast, so you can use them to go ahead of your attackers and buff the attack buff and crit rate if your monster lacks that damage or DPS, okay? So it can be very useful there. Tark, very great unit. I actually have 2 of them. Third skill is going to be having 2 allies. It's going to be using 2 allies to attack. Not only that, but decreasing the cooldown. So that's why I use them. I'm going to be decreasing a random 2 allies cooldown by 2, by 1 each of them. Okay, so it's going to be a very useful ability. So it is very useful. Okay, next on the list is we have Gamir. Not very useful. I don't suggest building him. Lower your HP, the higher your attack power will be. I wouldn't rely on that too much. I don't know how much the attack, he is a 2-star on base, so don't rely on his damage to be that high, so I don't suggest building him. Shamar as well. Could be used as a stunning user, but if his kit was more supporty, then I'd probably build him, but I don't suggest building him. Shamar could be pretty useful. His speed is really fast. He has an increased attack speed by 15 over his 113, so could be really fast. Something you might want to check out as a nuker. So Shamar and Tark are your options, and as well as Seek if you need attack buff and crit rate booster, so very useful there. Let's see, so let's look at the bears. Okay, so provokes all enemies with 70% chance and counterattacks every time you receive damage for 3 turns. Could be useful. Look at that support, could actually be useful. I do see him being some kind of support type unit. Could be useful in TOA probably. Inflicts damage proportionally to your max HP to all allies and decreases their attack power. Yes, TOA. So if you need a unit to provide some decent support for your allies, I do suggest Ursha for TOA. He's something you might want to think about building. You don't really see too much of him out there, but he's something you want to think about building. Okay guys, so check him out. Dagora, kind of selfish, not very useful. I don't think, shouldn't build him. Ramagod, he's a unit that's very clutch, very fun unit to use. So you guys might want to use him. He can clear GB10 very slowly, but he can clear it, and can be used as a nuker, so a flat damage nuker, okay? Just because of that HP pool. What's next? Lucia inflicts damage proportionate to your enemy's max HP, consumes 10% of your HP. HP base, so could be good. Anything that's max HP of the enemy is pretty good, so it recovers your HP. So could be good. Lucia could be good as a single target for bosses. Deals damage according to your max HP. This attack receives 70% critical rate bonus and stuns the enemy for 1 turn when this attack lands critically. Ooh, this could be good too. Another unit that could be used in TOA. So I think 4 of these units, I mean the fire one, obviously the fire one, the wind one, the light one, and the dark one are my recommendations to see where you can work around in PvE areas of the game. Okay, let's see. These guys, your critical damage is increased, then he will be something gonna be looked at pretty useful. Could be, actually I think about it again. Inflicts damage portion to the enemy's max HP. Could be useful. For right now, I wouldn't say it's that useful for right now. It's single target. Now that I think about it again, he is a 2-star, so his multiplier might not be that high. So I don't suggest going him. Creates a shield that absorbs damage equivalent to 100% of max HP. Pretty niche, kind of selfish, not really a good unit. Taru inflicts deep wound, target leaving 2 branding of 2 continuous damage effects. Not good either. Light one, can the light one give us full decrease inflicted damage on the allies? Decrease inflicted damage on the allies from water, fire, and wind attribute by 20%. The effect is not accumulated with other decreasing damage effects. Ooh. Could be good. It could be actually decent. Decreased inflicted damage on the allies from water, fire. So this actually could be a decent ability. So something you guys might want to be checking out. Could be actually useful. Cause the element explosion attack enemy. So this one actually could be decent. Okay. Reflects damage. Could be alright if you have the right setup for him. But other than that, I don't suggest building him. So let's see. So him and yeah, I just say probably Priz is the one you want to check out. Let's see. These are our little buddies over here. Fills the attack power of 20% by 30%. Increase their attack speed for 2 turns. Kind of niche. Attack speed too slow to be a booster, so I don't suggest building it. Okay, obviously Konamiyo is a build. He has a cleanse and a second skill. Research, which can be very great to give an ally a turn, so very good unit. Wind, attacks the enemy with multiple strikes of lightning, stunning the enemy for a turn. Okay, stuns the enemy with a light. So 2 skills, that's all 3 skills stun. So could be used as a locking down other units. So I probably suggest trying to build him. Probably something to work with, as well as the light one. Yeah, is the dark one useful? Resistance accuracy increased by 50. No, not useful. Okay, so you have the light one, you have the wind one, and you have the water one that can be useful. So those are the ones I recommend for you guys. Let's look at these ones. So Colleen, obviously very useful. I like her so much. She has this heal as well as the attack buff, HP block, and attack break. Very useful for rifts as well as necro. So very good unit. Cicero attacks all enemies 3 times in the Arctic Frost. Each attack has a 50% to decrease speed. Could be useful as a support unit type. Okay. Yeah, supporty type unit could be useful. And as well as all these units over here, I do suggest building all of them are pretty useful depending on who do you favor more for necro. If you want to make them attacker, whichever one will work. Just make sure you look at their skills, which one, how many attacks they'll be doing. But overall, all of these ones are great units to build. Okay, the last one in our list, the little magic guys, the howls. Let's see, removes up to 6 harmful effects on an ally and attacks if possible. So cleanser, I don't suggest them. A single target, not very good. I don't think that's, unless the cooldowns go much lower. Healer, if you don't have a healer, this is a mini Ariel, so something you want to try building. Lulu, if you don't have a healer already. So he's a miniature healer. When attacks an enemy, recovers attack bar 50%. Is that single target? Yeah, it's a single target. Don't try building him. Single target. Another healer. Yeah, so you have 2 options, Shushu or Lulu as my recommended choices for building. So those are 2 units I do suggest using from this category, and I feel like they will be useful to you guys if you guys think about using it and you don't have any other option. Okay, thank you guys for watching this video. I hope this was useful for you. Leave some suggestion. Tell me if there's any monsters I did miss that you guys want to talk about that are 2-star monsters that you think will be useful in the game. Leave your suggestions at the bottom, how you might think they might be useful. So thank you for watching this video, and leave a like, a dislike, and don't forget to subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time on the next Summer's War video, and I'll see you guys out.